Okay, same problem, and this time I'm going to do this mapping system, F. And then I'm going to put an X, let's say an X plus 1 here. Okay, X plus 1 there. And then I'm going to put a fraction 1 over 2 in front of it. Now this is going to be kind of a little awkward, okay? So we have to be extra cautious with this one. What is the X plus 1 telling us to do? Left 1 space. Left 1 space. Now this fraction that's sitting right here out in front, here's where it gets kind of funny, okay? This is going to be the most complicated move of the day. But if you can handle it, you should be good to go with everything. So for this fraction right there, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the y data by half. We're going to multiply the y data by half. So keep that in mind. After the moves, now this is critical here. After the moves, okay? After the moves, we're going to multiply the y data by half. So, what I'm going to do here is the following. I'm going to go to this first dot. This first dot right here is negative 2, 2. My first move is to do what with it? Move it left 1. Okay? So I'm going to take this dot and I'm going to move it left 1. And right now this is at negative 3, 2. Okay? But what is this fraction telling us to do? Multiply the y data by half. So if I multiply the y number only, not the x number, just the y number. If I multiply the y number only by half, what is the y number going to change to? It's going to change to a 1. So really, this number doesn't just move left 1, but when you change the y number to a 1, it also has to move downward. Okay? So our new dot is going to be at which location? Negative 3, 1. Is everybody sort of comfortable with that a little bit? Possibly. This is going to be the most awkward part of the whole problem is once you move it left, then you have to multiply the y number by half. Now if this number was like a 4, then you would multiply the y number by 4. So whatever that number is sitting there is what you multiply by. It could be a fraction, but it doesn't have to be a fraction. So really, this is the number negative 3, 1. So I'm going to move my first dot, and I'm going to put it at negative 3, 1. Then we go to the second one. We'll do the one on the top. The one on the top, the first thing we have to do is we have to move it to the left 1 space. So if I move it to the left 1 space, I get there. Now that is the new point 2. That's the new point 2, 4. After I do all the movements, how do I use the fraction? I multiply the y number only by half. So if I multiply 4 by half, what is that going to turn to? 2. So this point is now going to change to 2, 2. Okay? This first point changed to negative 3, 1. It moved down 1 position. This one is going to go down 2 positions because it changed to 2, 2. You good? Please ask questions if you don't think you have it right now, okay? Because it kind of is a little funny.
So is this all on the same first graph, or is this like a whole new?
What we're trying to do is we're trying to change this picture. It looks like this right now, but we're trying to change this picture so that it moves left one space, and then everything comes by a half. Okay, so we're resizing it. It's kind of one of those things where if you like, you know, with a camera, you take a picture and it's like a 4x5, just normal size picture, but then you resize it and make it one of those like big wall type pictures. That's what we're basically doing here. Is this is moving it, but this is resizing it to either make it much larger or much smaller. Okay, but we only deal with the Y to do that for the resize. So really this is going to become 2, 2. So I go and I put my new dot at 2, 2. All right. Now, continuing on, I go and deal with this dot over here. So we're going to move it left one space like we have been. And that is going to give us the new position at 7, 2. So this new dot right here is at 7, 2. And then the fraction tells us to do what? The fraction tells us to multiply the Y number by half. So really, what is that going to change to? 7, 1. So I go over to 7, 1. And I put my dot there. I got 2 more dots to go. I got to do this dot in the bottom. Now this dot's pretty interesting. You're going to notice not much is going to change on this dot. When you move it left one space, it is going to become 2, 0. And then what are we going to do with this half? We're going to multiply it onto the Y number. But when you multiply that onto the Y number, what's happening? Nothing happens. It stays 0. And that happens every once in a while. You just kind of roll with it. So we're going to keep the dot at 2, 0 because the half didn't change that one. And then we do the last one right, we do the one in the middle. So this one in the middle is here. We move it left one space. And so when we moved it left one space, it went to 2, 2. And then you do the Y number move. So the Y number changes from a 2 to a 1. So we're going to go and put a dot at 2, 1. And so we got a new picture that's sitting right there. Like that. Just make sure you do a better job when you try to recreate the shape.